If you've ever based your entire personality around the Glock handgun, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, The Average. He must be limp wristing it. Those aren't the factory sights. He didn't apply enough Loctite. Those aren't the Glock OEM magazines. The sun wasn't out at the time of filming. Video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we are going to be conducting a 3,000 round torture test on this Glock 19 Gen 5 pistol. Now, I'm going to orient you to the map, the ammunition, the magazines, and literally everything prior to beginning this torture test, because if this gun fails, there will be intense amounts of copium in the comment section to the likes that you've only seen once before, and that was when this front sight post, which was installed by a Glock armorer and a certified gunsmith, when this front sight post came loose on the last time we attempted this, the comment section was gold. So I'm going to transition to the table and I'm going to orient you to the magazines, everything that will be used in today's video. That way, if this gun, I hope it doesn't, but if this gun fails, there will be literally no excuses as to why this handgun fails. If you want to support the channel, all that I ask that you do is consider hitting the like button. That is mega base. If this video gets 1,000 likes, that is awesome. Okay, so hit the like button. Thanks for doing that. If you want to leave a comment on your predictions on how far this gun will go, keeping in mind that the SIG P320 M17 made it through the 5,000 round torture test and was yeeted against targets. It was buried, it was thrown in mud, it was doused in water, it was racked off of the rear sight with no issues on that SIG P320/M17. So post your predictions down below at this time. Leave a Combat Llama emoji, and if you need a duty rated holster, consider checking the link down below for Safariland. Thank you, Safariland, for partnering with the channel. Only if you need one, guys, use the link down below and let them know I sent you, and they will hook you up with a duty rated holster. The ammunition that we will be using for today's video is all standard pressure 124 grain ammunition. No plus P, no hollow points, nothing crazy at all. The magazines that we will be using will be primarily Glock OEM magazines, okay, standard capacity magazines. Of course, they are only 1-round magazines, okay, for YouTube, but we will be using these standard capacity 1-round magazines that are Glock OEM. I will be supplementing the test with these Magpul magazines. If we have a failure due to a Magpul magazine, we will not count it against the gun, but we will just use the round count, if that makes sense. I've never had any issues with any of the Magpul magazines that you're going to be seeing on today's burn down at all, but we have a ton of Glock OEM magazines. Again, if we have an issue with a Magpul magazine, we will not count that failure against the total count of the gun. The gun itself is completely stock other than the Trijicon upgraded night sights, because I do not believe in trash polymer sights, because, guys, we will be racking this gun off of my holster and off of that steel target that is right over there, okay? It will be racked and torture tested in the exact same manner that the SIG P320 was tested. These sights have been applied by a Glock armorer with blue Loctite. He has stated that blue Loctite is the recommended Loctite to be used on these sights and on Glock handgun, not red. I specifically asked him which Loctite he would be using, and he said blue Loctite is what will be applied. These sights have had 72 hours to cure prior to beginning testing. So they are on there. They are installed properly. There will be no copium regarding this. The gun's internals are completely Glock OEM. I will now be applying extra lubrication, okay, to make sure that this gun, just like that, boom, and a little bit up here, as well as some on the frame, to make sure that if this gun fails, that there is absolutely no excuse as to why it failed, okay? So there you go. The gun has been lubricated. It is all Glock OEM. There is no excuse city that will be occurring here today. We have standard pressure ammo, we have Glock OEM mags, and we have lubrication on the gun. I also have water that if this gun gets hot, we will douse it with water after around 500 rounds in the exact same manner that the SIG P320 handgun was treated, and it survived. So there will be zero room for copium in the comments of this video. Without further ado, let's get into the testing. We will now conduct a functions test with the Glock 19 Gen 5. Weapon is clear. rack it once, attempt to fire, does fire, rack it, metallic click, fires. The gun is in working order. We will now conduct a proof of 10 rounds prior to beginning testing right now. Okay, gun sights are perfectly on. Everything is working in good working order. Gun passes the baseline test. Gun passes functions test. We will now begin the torture testing. Gun is running great so far. Again, the vast majority of these magazines will be Glock OEM, but there will be some standard capacity 1-round magazines that get in the mix from Magpul. If those Magpul mags fail, we will not count it against the gun. The sights are 100% on and accurate. The gun is extremely accurate. It's hitting exactly where I'm aiming down here at this 20-ish meters away at a reduced C-zone target. That rear sight is already drifting to the left. You can see it right there. Rear sight is already drifting. We will continue testing. As long as we have a front sight to focus on, we will continue testing. But that rear sight, as you guys can see, is already way drifted to the left. Yep, that thing is just moving around freely in that dovetail spot. So, quick update. As of right now, that rear sight, I have recentered it using the steel and pushing it back into position. But what I'm noticing is this front sight is already starting to come loose. We are going to continue testing. As long as these sights stay relatively centered and safe, we will continue testing with the pistol. Okay, the trigger did not reset. Click, no bang. Safe direction. 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 Malfunction. Failure to extract. Safe direction. Click, no bang. Safe direction. Mushy trigger. Okay, mud test did not go well. That last round was a click, no bang. Trigger did not reset. Let's see if I can get this gun running two-handed. There's something in the trigger area making that trigger pull. There's dirt and grime inside the trigger mechanism somewhere, making that trigger pull extremely difficult. Okay, something is in the trigger preventing me from actually being able to actuate the trigger. Okay, I was pulling that trigger about as hard as I could, and it was not going forward. Let's give it some reciprocation here. Front sight is loose. I'll show you right now. We're going to continue shooting as long as this thing stays relatively centered, but that thing is loose. Again, see that? Okay. And the rear sight, I've had to drift it manually out here on the ground, okay? All right, here we go. Ah. Ah. Okay, that trigger pull is about a 20-pound trigger pull right now. Okay, about a 20-pound trigger pull. Not sure, something, debris is up in there causing it not to be able to actuate properly. As long as I can continue to safely engage with these sights, the testing will continue. That was weird. You guys saw that? The trigger did not reset on its own. I just gave the mag. I was about to do a tap rack and the trigger reset after. That rear sight is beginning to drift. You guys can see that there. That rear sight is beginning to drift to this side. Hopefully you guys are picking that up on camera. At this point, I'm pretty much ignoring the rear sight, focusing on that front sight focus on the center of the target. Okay, water test time. That rear sight is not wanting to stay put. Again, it was installed properly. Try to see if I can keep it a part of the program here. Oof, this front sight is coming loose. Again, this is exactly how we treated the SIG P320. Exactly. And it passed with flying colors. Trying to help it out a little bit. See if I can get that sight centered. I think that's about as good as we're going to get right there. That front sight is getting real loose, guys. Real loose. It's moving around a lot. At this point, the front sight is coming loose. Again, we are going to continue testing as long as I can get a moderate sight picture and understand where the gun is indexing at. We will continue testing with the gun. Just understand that at this point, the Trijicon night sights, metal sights that were installed by a Glock armorer and certified gunsmith and everything are loose. Again, the rear sight, I've had to correct it multiple times, and the front sight is loose, but we're going to continue testing the base gun as long as I can get a relatively, or I would say as long as I can get a safe sight picture. Right now that's about what I'm looking at. That's a good sight picture because the sight has drifted to the left and the front sight is a little bit sideways. So we will continue testing. That right there is about a good sight picture for me at this point. Okay, I just want you guys to understand what's going on. Let's continue testing. Water first and then mud. Click. No bang. Okay, for safety, I'm going to mount it on the tripod. That way I can clear these malfunctions in a safe direction. All right, we just had a malfunction. Okay, I'm going to clear. We got to tap, rack. Okay, here we go. Trigger did not reset. I'm going to show you guys in a safe direction here. Trigger did not reset. This is after the water and sand test. Okay, tap, rack. Trigger did not reset. Yep, okay. Tap. Okay, looks like trigger reset. Malfunction. Failure to go into battery, failure to feed. Tap. Round is stuck in the chamber. Okay, round is out. Fresh magazine. That was with a Glock OEM magazine. Malfunction. Failure to go into battery, failure to feed. Tap. Round is stuck in the chamber. Again, OEM magazine. Loaded chamber indicator says we are loaded. Trigger did not reset. Tap rack. Failure to feed. Malfunction. Hopefully. Tap. Round is stuck in the chamber. Okay. Again, that's with a Glock OEM magazine. Okay. Chamber is clear. Okay, that would have been a malfunction. I prevented it by tapping the back of the slide. Okay, you guys seeing that? Super sluggish. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an empty gun right now. Yep. Click, no bang. Loaded chamber indicator says we're empty. Tap. Loaded chamber indicator says we're loaded. Malfunction. The SIG fanboys are going to be loving this one. This gun is not performing as good as the SIG, I can tell you that. Tap. Okay. Malfunction. Failure to feed. Tap. Round stuck in the chamber. Dangerous situation with a hot gun. Trigger did not reset. Trigger did not reset. Malfunction. Tap. Oh, the trigger did reset after I tapped the bottom of the magazine. That was super scary. That's a scary scenario. Why is the trigger only resetting after I tap the bottom of the magazine? Okay, trigger did reset. Okay. Not looking great for Glock. We're approaching the 2,000 round mark right now. Stand by. Oof, that front sight, this gun is clear. That front sight is moving like crazy. Yeah, not a great look. That rear side is not centered. Front side is not looking good. Okay, passes functions test. Front side is completely crooked at this point. You guys see that? Oh, wow. But what will the Glock fanboys find to blame on this time? Is it the sights? Is it the Talon grips? Oh, that made the gun fail. What will it be? Post your predictions down below. So far, I am not impressed at all with the Glock pistol, but we will continue testing to the 3,000 round mark right now. Well, the gun seems to be running now. I guess it cleaned itself out. This is a Magpul mag, so if we have any issues, I'll let you know from the mag perspective. That rear sight is completely drifted to the side. I'm just using the front sight as a reference at this point. Gun is empty. See if I can, oh, there we go, we're centered. Donate to the ammo fund, please. That was weird. Got some trigger freeze on that one. Looks like last mag to 3,000 rounds right now. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Holy cow. Okay. So, honestly, we will go over most of this at the debrief, right? We'll do an internal wear and parts inspection inside the debrief when we're in the air conditioning and not out here sweating to death in the heat. If you guys got this far in the video and you enjoy the content, all that I ask that you do is literally hit the like button, leave $5 in the ammunition bucket on your way out. Thank you for donating to that ammunition fund. It helps out. You guys saw how many rounds we just shot through this gun out here, as well as the RXM test, the M17 test, you name it. So anything helps out. Obviously the sights failed, but other than the sights, post down below how you think this gun did during this burn down test. I look forward to reading those comments, and let me know, did the gun perform better than you expected, as you expected, or somewhere in between? I look forward to reading those comments down below. Thanks for being here, guys. Leave your combat llama emojis, and until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average Glock 3000 round torture test video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home, signing out. Thanks for watching. Cheers.